Hi everyone. This is a little video that I've made to help you review the form that we call the present perfect in English. So let's get started. First, why do we use this form? Well, it's actually a very useful form. It's a way that we can express an event or a situation that has a connection between the past and the present. But before we get into using the form, let's take a look at the form itself. So first, you might remember that this form has two parts. It must have an auxiliary, and that auxiliary is the verb have. So because this is called the present perfect, we use the present form of have, both the regular form, or if the subject is third person singular, we use has. And that auxiliary goes with a form of the verb that we call the past participle. Now, if the verb is a regular verb, when you form the past participle, all you're going to do is add ed to the base form, and it's going to look like the simple past. So for example, like becomes liked, I have liked. Review becomes reviewed, she has reviewed. Graduated or graduate becomes graduated, I have graduated. And decide becomes decided, we have decided. If the verb is irregular, in many cases it will have a different form from the simple past. For example, the verb eat has the simple past form of ate, but then it has the past participle form of eaten. Speak, simple past is spoke, and the past participle is spoken. Be, two forms of the simple past was, were, and the past participle is been. And go, simple past is went, and the past participle is gone. So what about when we make a negative? The rule is the same. It's our regular negative rule. We have an auxiliary already, and we're just going to use that with the negative word not. And of course, we can put those in combination to form the contraction haven't. Or again, if it's third person singular, you combine has with not to make the contraction hasn't. Okay, for example, she hasn't felt well lately. So here's a situation that again connects the past to the present. Maybe she's still not feeling well today. It's not clear, but her condition started in the past sometime and it's not finished yet. Same with the second one. We haven't received our CASA scores. This is a case where it's what we call an indefinite past. The time is not important. We're just simply stating a fact that hasn't occurred at some time in the past. So what about when we form a question? Again, the rules are the same. If it's a yes or no question, you just start with the auxiliary. Have you eaten lunch? So we have auxiliary first, followed by the subject, and followed by the verb. And you can see that the verb stays in the past participle form. It does not change to the base form. And if we want to make an information question, the rules follow the same. The question word is first, the cue, followed by the auxiliary, followed by the subject, and followed by the verb, again staying in the past participle form. So our pattern of QASV is the same for this form. So let's look at some of the uses. We use this for indefinite times, where something has happened in the past and it's only the activity that's important. We're not concerned about the time itself. So we have been to the beach many times. We're talking about events or activities that happened in the past, but that window of opportunity is still open. It's not a specific time, and we'll probably visit the beach sometime in the future. We use it with already. He has already brushed his teeth. For example, again, some activity has happened, but the time is not important. We also use it very frequently with yet, and we use it with yet with the negative and with the questions. So for example, have you done your homework yet? We're not asking about any particular time, we just want to know about the event. Or negative, I haven't slept yet. Now, we also use it to make that very direct connection between the past and the present. And for that, we use for or since. So, for example, I have taught ESL for 16 years. Means that I started teaching ESL 16 years ago, and I am continuing to teach English. It's not finished yet, and it'll probably go beyond the present into the future. Or Bobby has been sick since last Saturday. That means that he became sick last Saturday and he continues to be sick. He's not feeling better yet. So these two forms, for and since, again, we use for actions that started in the past and they continue into the present and possibly beyond. So those are the basics of this form. How we form it and when we use it. This is just a little bit of review to help you as we do some of the activities that are coming up this week and next.